Hi, everybody. I hope you're enjoying your summer so far. Here on Vancouver Island, summer is sort of debating about whether or not it's going to show up. We've had lots of rain and cool weather, but today the kids and I were just making the best of it, and we got out in our kayaks and we had lunch outside and did all those things. So I hope that you're making the best of it wherever you are. I alluded in my email that we were going to be talking about somebody else. Now, I've mentioned before some of the major ways that we as mothers change after becoming mothers and become somewhat fractured versions of ourselves. And so today I want to talk about a specific aspect of that, and I've given it a name. I call it the somebody else. Okay, so there are plenty of times when I feel incredibly frustrated at my family's habit of leaving their little inconvenient tasks for somebody else. In case you're not with me yet, you are the somebody else. The somebody else who picks up the stray socks and puts the dishes in the dishwasher from sitting on the counter right directly above the dishwasher. You're the person who slices their arms open, reaching between the minivan seats, trying to get out the Cheerios or the pacifier or your freaking keys to go somewhere. I've been there. And on their own, these things aren't a whole lot. And even if you had them all in one day, they might not be all at once or overwhelming. But if you toss in a little bit of sleep deprivation and then the responsibility of having to keep at least one other human alive and entertained, that could very well be the straw that breaks your camel's back. I know these somebody else tasks are real triggers for me. Now, I'm a recovering perfectionist, you see, so sometimes I believe that I can control every imaginable circumstance with just a little bit of forethought. I'm smart, I can handle things, right? But then enter real life, including the infinite list of things that will be completed by the somebody else, and resentment is just right around the corner. It seems to find me. I don't like it, and I'd like to change it. I mean, oh gosh. If I could just get this little list of stuff out of my vocabulary, how many times do I have to tell you? Not at the dishwasher, in the dishwasher. That's a big one at our house. I know they know where the hamper is. And my personal favorite, this isn't even my pee. I am wiping up somebody else's pee. Right? Because somebody else has to clean up the pee that, perhaps your male children don't feel like putting in the toilet. Just saying. So it would be unusual not to feel overworked and underappreciated, because it's absolutely true. You are overworked. You are probably underappreciated, because no child can possibly understand the vast quantity of things that you do for them and what it really takes to pull those things off, even on your bad days. So I want to invite you to come with me and try a little task, a little exercise, I guess, that I call flipping the coin, to see what's on the other side of my resentment about being somebody else. So on this side, I'm feeling undervalued, reduced, a little bit like a slave. I don't feel seen or acknowledged or valued. Ooh, right? All that underneath a dirty dish on the counter and a sock under the couch. So let's just take a minute and get in there. What it appears is that I have tied a lot of my personal value to the work that I perform. And until I became a parent, none of that work had anything to do with the day-to-day runnings of a household. I mean, sure, I can do it, but that's not what I'm about. And since becoming a parent, it's what I'm about. And it's affecting the way I see my personal value. All right, so moving on, I feel like I'm not using my skills to the best of my ability, like I'm wasting them. These somebody else tasks are so small that they often go unnoticed and therefore unspoken about, leaving me and my work and ultimately my self-value unseen. Another part of it is that society seems to agree that my feelings are valid, but no one actually says it to me. So I don't know if I can believe it. I don't know that I can trust it. And then I feel guilty for feeling resentment and frustration. So, that's this side of the coin. Let's flip it over. Being somebody else keeps my household running really smoothly for the most part. And I'm the kind of person who feels pride in a job well done. And so the smoother the house runs, I can feel some pride in that, and because I'm responsible for running smoothly. It's important to me that my children grow up with life skills and that I teach them how to do these somebody else tasks by asking for their help and showing them how to do it. So I can, I had a boss tell me one time that as soon as you replace yourself, you can move up the ladder. I gotta get these kids replacing me. The other thing that I don't want is to burden my kids with this multitude of minutia that needs to be managed as an adult. I want them to be aware of themselves and others and have some fun. I would feel very sad if they felt burdened in any way. This time in my life is obviously requiring me to hone new skills. And with a little bit of awareness, I can see that the challenges that I'm facing in life are what will allow me to experience the growth that I want for myself. And last but not least, I've taken action by deciding to talk about the hard parts of being a first world mom and share what it's like for me with all of you. My hope is that it's relatable and that you feel a little less alone in the world. I believe that I can help normalize the struggles of motherhood, and if we can do that, we can be more open to celebrating all the awesomeness that's also a part of motherhood. Flipping the coin is one of the tools that I like to use to reframe thoughts that cause me to suffer. Writing it down really helps. You can see that I was reading it. Writing things down helps slow my brain enough that I can put some more thought into what I'm processing. I can process it better. I'm not just trying to come off the cuff. But I mean, you can record it any way you want. You can video record it, you can voice record it. You cannot record it at all and just do you. Okay, I would recommend doing whatever you feel works best for you, but just spend the time with the feelings and really see, okay, well, what's on this side of the damn coin? What am I feeling? What's it about? What's the other side of those things? I was saying that flipping the coin is one of the tools that I like to use to reframe the thoughts that cause me suffering. When we take the time to look at our reactive behaviors, we learn a lot about ourselves and can see things from a more objective place. And I can usually find a more realistic perspective if I'm willing to spend my time with those feelings. I'm quite irrational inside my head. Like, oh, they're out to get me. They do this all the time. Blah, 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 blah. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's no malicious behavior in the somebody else tasks. There may be laziness. There may be obliviousness. There may be all kinds of things, but there's probably not malice. All right. So, disclaimer. This is not a practice that I'm perfect at by any means, but just like any practice, it's one that requires commitment and time. And commitment means coming back and trying it again, even when it sucks, even when it's hard, even when it felt fruitless. You say, okay, you know what, like it just didn't go super well this time. And you find yourself triggered again. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna do the stupid coin thing, okay? And then you spend a minute and you do the coin thing. And maybe this time there is some light there for you. I know it's really not easy for me, and I wouldn't expect it to be easy for you, but you don't have to do it alone, because these are exactly the kind of topics that I work with my clients around. That's why I started this business, and that's why I want to coach you, because you're like me, or you wouldn't be here. If it didn't make sense to you, you would have scrolled right on by. And I hope that if it's not making sense for you, you don't waste your time here with me. There's something else out there for you. So again, please know that you're not alone. If you want to talk about what it's like to work with me, there's never any commitment or pressure. I promise I'm super cool like that. You can just email me. You can contact me through my website, oneselfcoaching.com, or melissa@oneselfcoaching.com. And until next time, let's be honest and kind.